Welcome to the Pitmaster Podcast. We're barbecue competition competitors that aim to share information, advice, tips, and tall tales about our favorite pastime. Head over to thepitmasterpodcast.com for all things Pitmasters, or follow us on your favorite social media platform. And now, here are the hosts of the Pitmaster Podcast, the two-time grand champion, SCA World Champion finalist, and barbecue specialist of Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue, the Anthony Lujan, and the 24-time Grand and Reserve Grand Champion, Reserve World Grand Champion, Windover High Roller Champion, and the founder of Pitmaster Barbecue Supply Company stores in Utah, the old man himself from Big Johnson's Barbecue, Jesse Johnson.
This is Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central Show, and you are listening to the Pitmasters Podcast, and they are doing it live.
We'll do it live.
That's right, Bill. I just said that. They're going to do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yes, live. They're going to do it live.
What up, Pitmasters? Another Tuesday night. We are live. We have a special guest for you tonight. We have Phil the Grill Johnson, the Jay-Z at Barbecue, coming live from Arizona. He's going to give us an update on World Food Championships. He just got done competing literally like 3 days ago. So we're going to get a full rundown of all that. But
very nice.
Jesse, I feel like we're just going through Don't Drop the Tongs podcast. We had Kyle on there. Now we have Phil. Next week we have Smitty. So it's like we're just running through Don't Drop the Tongs, and we're going to have a reunion here after that. Maybe we should.
We just haven't heard from the fellas in a long time. So we're going to get them back on here. Let's hear what's going on. What's the latest and greatest in their worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. But any news and updates for you? We missed you last week. Opening a new gym isn't easy.
Well, not opening a new gym. We moved our existing gym. Me and my brothers had a gym for 12 years, and then we moved all the equipment, a whole 6,000 square feet of gym equipment in 2 days.
Damn, you guys got to work out like that.
My back is dying. Thank goodness we had a small army of our loyal lifters and some of our biggest guys, thank goodness, because we got some of our equipment that weigh over 800 pounds. So and the pallet jack wouldn't fit through the doors with some of the equipment, so we had to finagle it. But man, we got it rolling. But my brother has done a phenomenal job on the remodel on the building. It looks like brand new. It was an old post office that we took over, so it looks good. So I'm excited. We're working on the doors last today, and I had to fly away from the gym to come do the podcast for y'all. So I hope you all appreciate it. My little brother doesn't.
Word. Well, we got Phil on the move. He's actually gonna.
I got some news for you though.
Oh, what's the news?
A new pro event is in the works in Utah.
Oh, sweet.
So we're going to have a pro event in June. In July, you got Blazing 47. So we got Ute moved to June 20th and 21st. And then Blazing 47's in July. And then I'm working on a pro event in August with an RV company. They've got it approved for a pro event. Now they've got to approve the date, and then I'll get it approved with the KCBS. But that should be right in that second or third week of August. That we're working on. That's should be about $7,500 contest for Utah, and then 9 hookups for the big redwood trailers that are 45 feet long. So
heck yeah, that's awesome. And then everybody who's gonna go to the Best Damn Barbecue competition down in is it Boulder event, Brad Leininger has landed his 7th win of the season. So that Nevada competition is going to be coming to auto. So West Coast, you have at least 4 opportunities to be able to get a jack draw. So
nice.
That is cool. But Phil is on the move. He's on his way to dinner. So we'll just go grab him real quick. And then if you have any questions about any events that are going down, go to pitmasterspodcast.com and you can see all the events there. So let's go talk to Phil.
Let's do it.
We call it Thermapen 1. The first true 1-second cooking thermometer. Its unprecedented speed means Thermapen 1's responsiveness approaches the speed of thought. Because when you're plating the perfect menu or smoking the perfect side of barbecue, you don't have time to think about how your instant read thermometer is accurate to 0.5 degrees in 1 second or less, or how rugged and waterproof it is, or how big, elegant and bright the backlit display is. You'll just know it works, because our perfection powers your perfection. Seek perfection with Thermapen 1.
What up, Phil? How are you, man?
Yo, here I go. Where you at, boy?
Yeah,
What's up?
awesome.
What's up, Swolezilla?
Yeah.
Yo, look. My body speaks a different language. I'm all muscles, but no cardio.
What is that word that you said? What is that word that you're saying? What does that mean? What is cardio?
Yeah, exactly. Yo, you know what it means? It's car to go. That's where I'm at right now. I'm doing my car to go right now.
Right.
Sweet.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Man? Yeah, welcome back, man. We talked to you a few weeks ago, but we want to get caught up on what happened at the World Foods, man. Give us a rundown on that.
Y'all know I only mess with y'all, right? Because I'm fresh out of World Foods, right? I'm fresh final table and what went on at World Foods. So I know this is not don't drop the times, but you know your boy Phil the Grill is gonna say something, right?
Yes, sir. It happens.
Send it, baby. Send it.
We'll send.
Nah, but yo, check it out. I love World Foods first and foremost, because you know I go to KCBS, right? I go to the Royal. I hear my name called. You know, I go to SCAs. I go, but who's doing anything different? Who is able to really put out their own food on their own caliber? You're kind of like held in a mold when you're dealing with other associations and societies, right? Mm-hmm. But World Foods actually let you do your thing. And they might have let me do a little bit too much of my thing this week because, like, all right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna give you all the rundown, right? So, World Foods the final table was based off of 3 challenges. The first challenge was you had to go to Sam's Club and only use Sam's Club products to make a gourmet savory dish, right? You had 5 samples that was going to go to the judge, and not like the regular World Foods where you could put some of your sample plates on your display plate. You had to give one presentation plate, and all 5 samples had to go on your other joint, right? So I was like, okay, Phil the Grill style, right? Okay, it's like, yo, turn the judges out off the ripper, right? So I did a seafood Members Mark Bang Bang pot pie, right? So I used every ingredient from Members Mark, and that's what was supposed to be showcased. Yo, my pot pie was so crazy. Like all the judges said, yo, the flavor, you're bringing me back to a certain time of my life. I love it. My description, my intro was like, yo, growing up in New York and after shoveling snow and making a little bit of money as an entrepreneur, my mom always had like chicken soup or a pot pie, and that just comforted me. You know what I mean? So I'm giving you an elevated seafood pot pie and we only had an hour to do it. So I made a puff pastry in the hour. Shouts out to my wife, Sunny, because she was the one that killed it. I was like, Sunny, she usually don't have a role, but like maybe like sous chef, chopping vegetables or doing something extra for me or whatever. But I had to give her a responsibility. I was like, babe, I'm going to get the filling and everything done, but you got to do the puff pastry.
The pastry.
And we got an hour to do it. So we did it.
Wow.
And within an hour, we had these nice little pretty brick red dishes, but you had to showcase it on a natural natural wear or whatever, right? As far as plates, right? So
Yeah.
our presentation was so awesome. I had the big pot pie in a red, like cast iron red dish.
Nice.
I did a nice what was it? Sauvignon Blanc reduction, and I did it with onions, and then I did it with butter and cream, and I did scallops. I did member mark scallops. I did member mark lobster. I did member mark shrimp. The red artesian joints, and everything was awesome. I had these little crab cake balls on there with a little bit of lemon and olive oil salad on the side on each plate. Dope. I was like, yo, I got this, right? I get to the judges, right? And now you got to do a live description of your dish, like turn it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I turned it in, I said, it's a member's mark bang bang. No, I said it's a member's mark bang bang seafood pot pie. Yo,
I love me some pot pie.
Yo, bro, and the gravy was so excellent. The reduction was
got to be on point.
Right?
Gravy's got to be on point.
Yo, it was. So here was the deal. This is how I lost by a point, less than a point and a half. So I turned it in. First judge was like, yo, this is bringing me back to like where I got clam chowder from. Yo, my city growing up. Yo, Erica Blair was there. She was like, yo, this pot pie is bang, bang. Yo, everybody was loving it. It got to the last culinary school chef.
Snob.
And he said, no, he wasn't a snob.
Okay.
Look. If you're going to call out names, he probably is amongst us, right? But we ain't no damn chef.
Yeah. No, we're not.
So here was the deal. He said, this is an excellent dish. I love the flavor, but you're calling this a seafood pot pie. The gravy is a little too thin. It should be more of a cioppino type dish as far as seafood. And I was like, yeah. And then when he said that, a couple of the other judges agreed with him. And I'm like, it was like 3 other judges that agreed with what he said. And I know they deducted me, right?
Yeah.
Because I was already up. And I was like, okay, that was like 3 points right there. I only needed a point and a half to advance. And that was already 3 whole points. I probably got deducted. But I wasn't mad at it because this was the first time Phil the Grill was in front of extreme audience of judges to where they can actually critique and tell me what I did wrong, and I can accept it. Not the person that smokes cools on the side of the judge's head and eats a piece of chicken. You know what I mean? Like, yo, these people who can actually critique my joint, and I have to accept it. So I accepted it, and I didn't move to the next round. But, yo, I'm going to tell you, that final table's no joke. All 12 competitors put out a fire dish. It was not no SCA ancillary type joint like I'm used to going to and throwing out and just showing them what I did, and I'm winning awards, right? It's like impress a chef on what you did. And that's why I feel like World Food stands out amongst anything else.
That's wild. So this is what I don't want. This is what I want to wonder. How come they're not writing down their scores before before
the other judges talk?
Before the other judges talk. Maybe you should be able to present it. They taste it, write it down, lock that in, and then discuss.
But here's the deal. They do, right? So this is all going on while I'm in conversation with them. So you have 2 minutes to represent and describe your dish to the fullest and how you cooked it and what was so special about your dish. So I did all of that. Now I got to wait for the judges' comments. So it went down 1, 2, 3, right? And it's not like, okay, the first judge goes and writes down their score. We're still in talking conversation. So I'm like, okay, yeah, the Chipino. I was like, I get it. Because if I call it pot pie, it should have been peas, carrots, a lot of thicker sauce, right? Now, I should have did a deconstructed seafood Chipino pot pie with a Cristino puff pastry on top, and I would have advanced.
Wow. Just the description.
Just the description. That's rough.
That's stupid.
Rough. No, it's not stupid when you're playing with the big boys. That's what I'm saying.
You got to call
it. And the SCA ancillary shit or the KCBS shit, right? Yo, you could win all day. I know my Popeye won all day and got a perfect score. I know that. But when you're turning into elite chefs, you better freaking do something better than just putting a sausage on a hero and putting some peppers and, you know what I mean, onions on that joint and calling it, you know? So I accept it. I get it. But, yo, guess what? Your boy Phil the Grill's going back to Indy in October, and I'm going to be at the final table again and watch your boy walk away with the whole joint.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
That's wild though. It's literally you're calling a unicorn a horse. It's almost the same thing, but one little fine detail, right?
Yes.
That is,
but if you look at World Foods rules, it's called eat. It's called execution. Did you execute the title? Because I came out first. I could have said whatever, right? So I came out first. I could have said whatever this dish was and how I represented it or how I prepared it. But if you didn't, and now you're letting the judges talk, now they're going to start scoring you down. So like I do with all of my turn-ins, I make sure my girlfriend is a 10, right? Now she might have a funny laugh, and now she might get scored down for a 9, and then she got crooked teeth, and then now she might be scored down for a 7. But I make sure my dick represents a 10 all day.
I got you. I just think I know the rules might say that, but man, if the flavor is there and the execution of the dish is there, and the description throws you off, I don't know. I have a hard time with that.
Yo, but here's the deal: when you go to World Foods, you're dealing with chefs, you're dealing with home cooks, you're dealing with barbecue competitors. So how does that equal the score? Otherwise, you're gonna just be putting them all in a box, just like every other sanction that we cook for, right? Because who's to tell me I can't cook good chicken just because I can't put 4 thighs in 6 thighs in a box that look perfect in uniform? Because you can't tell me that everybody's food is not good. It's about how you present it and how it's executed, right? And they're just going off of old feelings. They're not good. Right. And what is Phil the Grill all about? It's all about freestyle barbecue, right? It's about taking the traditional recipes, throwing them out the window, and making sure you are actually speaking your mind when you come to your dish. And that's the one thing all of the judges at World Foods collabed on. They said, you spoke to me with this dish. I feel you. Like, you brought me to another place that I wasn't from because you spoke to me in this dish. But I'm going to tell you what you did wrong. And I can accept that. I can accept that. It wasn't like, I'm going to whoop your ass just because I said I'm going to say.
Right? Oh,
right?
Man.
You got to expect that. Yo, you got to represent. And that's why I say, yo, World Foods is not for the faint of heart. You know what I mean? Like,
just kick it up Creole style. Call it a Creole seafood pot pie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, criticize that. You know, you should pick up, throw a little Cajun, a little Creole twist into that pot pie. But off the hook.
Look how serious though. Look how serious right here though, Jesse. Look at he's in the zone. Look at him cracking open.
Yeah. I'm
look at how serious in the zone.
I had my Better Beats classes in there, boy. I was getting it in. I was getting it in.
He had some Jay-Z on because he was bobbing his head to the beat, baby. Hit me.
That's how good. Yo, what else, Chef Vaughn? Chef Vaughn. Chef Vaughn came under me. And he was way more than the points to advance. But Michelle, she was like only like a half a point to advance, and she got the memo. She did a nice gourmet dish, and she said that the only thing the judges said to her was like, "I feel like your dish is missing something. I don't know what it is." So she thought she was advancing. I thought I was advancing because we all come from the same territory. But when you're dealing with exclusive judges, bro, that's a whole different ballgame. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you guys can't watch each other's turn-ins then?
Well, you're kind of cooking. Like, Michelle was first. I could have watched hers, but I was outside drinking bourbon and, relaxing, listening to my music.
What kind of bourbon was it though? What kind of bourbon was it?
Yo, we was out in Bentonville, so I just got a little small pint of Bullet. You know what I mean? So I had a little small pint of Bullet. But they got some amazing restaurants out there that got mezcal, they got good bourbon and all that. So next year, Brody, next year. And let me tell you about what I'm about to do right now, right? So you can't get hung up on the past. Phil the Grill still got his seasonings out. I'm about to launch it like real heavy coming up in the next month, right?
Hey Phil, we need more from you.
What's
for
that?
your seasonings, since we carry it at my stores. We need more content, brother.
Oh, I'm doing the content. I know.
All right.
You're absolutely right. Everybody, look, the content is coming. Everything is coming for your boy Phil the Grill. I'm going back to food trucks. But, I'm going to be for my New York followers, my Connecticut followers, because, I went out to a state competition out there in Connecticut last year. I think Michelle Dang told me it got pushed to April or June or something. But anyway, your boy Phil the Grill is going to be in Eisenhower Park at the National Barbecue Festival in June. This is the first time that all of my peoples could come and taste the Philly crack wings firsthand. And your boy Phil the Grill is going to be competing. You know what I mean? So, New York, June, the 13th through the 15th, your boy Phil the Grill going to be out there, man. Getting it in. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
Just so you know, Jesse, I don't think he was listening to Jay-Z. It's more or less like something like this, some of that Nas.
No, he's listening to the Shaolins from Wu-Tang, baby.
Right. You already know.
Yeah, that Shaolin.
Yo, Ant, you gotta listen to my mix, bro. I go all the way back to Big Al. I'll go to Diamond D, and I'll go to Rakim. I'll bring it all the way back to the 90s. Listen to some Mobb Deep, some Nas. You know what I mean? I got a good mixture.
I was just kicking it with Master Killa last week.
Oh, word? Okay.
So
yeah, that's what's up.
But then I got to show the people something. This isn't Phil's very first appearance on the Today Show. He is doing it big, Look at him. Look, he's all professional. But
your boy Phil the Grill, boy, he getting it in.
Yeah,
look at Wifey Sunny right there, boy.
Exactly.
She got me in the cut,
Yeah.
Word.
So, but this is awesome to be able to be invited to cook on one of the biggest morning shows in America. That is awesome, and it's not your first time. You've done that a few times, haven't you?
Yeah. That's probably like my 6th time on the Today Show. And y'all love this, right? So nobody really got the footage of me being on the next day. We was on a local news. We was on WPIX. Yo, Aunt, guess who I met?
Who?
It was my first crush. Lisa.
No, you didn't.
Oh, take you home.
Yeah.
Need your love, baby. Because I need you tonight. Yo, check it out, my G. Yo, she gave me a hug. Yo, she was so. I was like, yo, I don't know you, but you just made my whole day right now. You came off my wall like a fucking what's that? The Word Up poster.
Word Up magazine.
Yeah. Word Up magazine.
Yo, I listened to her show on XM Satellite Radio, man, on Rock the Bells.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. But yo, it was a good time. So yeah, you gotta look at WPIX Fill the Grill and see me with Lisa in the co-chair.
Yeah. I had Queen Latifah come in 3 days early for a concert in Salt Lake City. She's on the air with me for 3 days when I was back on the radio back in the day.
Wow.
She was sweet as the day is long, man. She was so awesome.
Yo,
ladies first.
Yo, listen, she's an awesome person, right? So
yeah,
my
she's cool.
My boys used to do beats for Naughty by Nature, and they didn't pay him. And then
Trench and the boys.
No, he did it. He did it for KG because KG was the DJ, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't pay him. They didn't pay him, and they went to go get the check. But he brought cats from the hood. Well, it was a problem. Let's just say they brought cats with it. So I love Queen Latifah, but I don't know if Queen Latifah still love me the same.
Yeah, got you. That's crazy. All three of us know the old school, man. That's what's awesome.
Yo, word. Look, I got pictures on my Facebook when me and Rakim was in the same band class.
I love Rakim.
He plays saxophone and I play sax. Word. I got to share that joy with you. Word, boss. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Well, the thing is Queen Latifah was street. She was down. She was hanging out like Busta Rhymes and all those guys before any of them.
We all hung out. All hung out. I remember we was at home base on the west side of Manhattan, right? And this is and if you look real hard, you'll see me in that hip hop array video on stage. Like,
really?
Word. So we was there filming that, and I was, that security's moving you from one door to another, from the stage door into the front door, and they was putting Vinny out from Naughty by Nature. They was like, nah, all right, that's it. And I was like, nah, I said he's part of the group. He's part of the group. I was like, he's part of the group. He gotta come.
Right.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's how far I go back, Brody. I know these cats, man. But
that's awesome.
But it's been nice kicking it with y'all. I'm about to go to a little retired B-Day party for a couple of people, old retired, bad knee, retired basketball players.
I'm feeling all that right now. Feeling it all right now.
They all are. Especially if you was dunking on people back in the days, your knees is really tight.
Right.
But it's been fun, man. Anytime, man. I love you. Hey, tell my boy Smith Dog. Let me give you something to ask him next week. So
all right.
You don't know, right?
Good.
Tell him to tell you the story about You Know What's Up.
You know what's up.
Yeah, and you could give him the acronym because we started hashtagging it way back. But yeah, say Fill the Grill, say you know what's up, and then let him tell you the story about that.
All right, I got that. Yep, we're gonna ask him, man. We're gonna ask him.
So one more question before you go, Phil. All the barbecue competitors out there, what grills are you rocking these days?
I still rock my Green Mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm rocking cans because it's easy to travel with and easy to store. I think me and the Duck Feet Familia, we could parlay right here. But me and my Duck Feet Familia, I think we we got like probably between all of us, we probably got 10 storages across the nation that we could pull up and do a comp and go to a storage.
Hell yeah. Well, Phil, I just want to let you know I got stuff for you to cook on if you ever want to come do a comp up here. I also just picked up a trailer so I can put you in air conditioning, so you'll be cool. Yeah.
I got a store. I got 3 stores full of Green Mountain grills, man. Yeah. So we got you.
We got you.
We also got the Hunsaker grills too. The
look, I like Hunsaker. Tell him to get at me. Because I owe Kyle a new one because I let his rust up in the backyard. His joint over. Yo, we got hard water in Arizona. I kept that joint in the backyard. That joint top is all rusted up.
Oh man. Well, before we get out of here, before we get out of here, just give some shout outs to where people can follow you and all that info.
Yeah, you know your boy Phil the Grill. Phil the Grill. At Phil the Grill 1, number 1 on all social media. You know, I still got the website Phil the Grill. But yeah, holla at your boy, man. You're gonna see a live movement from me this year. So cool. Buckle up.
All right, we'll see you in Utah soon.
Right, we appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tell my sister Susie and Todd. Yo, your boy coming out there soon.
Yeah,
because we haven't seen you out here since Wendover, brother.
Yeah.
I know. I gotta get out there soon, B. Y'all due for a trip.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night,
cool.
man.
All right, have a good night, man.
He's out.
Yep.
Gotta go. Yep. See ya.
All right, let's close this.
I love him. He's so funny.
Right. Cool. Let's close it.
All right, bro.